warriors have successfully charged into the enemy ranks, weapons at the ready. Now, it's time to finish the job. The fight phase is where brutal melee combat takes place and your units battle for survival. In the fight phase, all units within the engagement range of an enemy unit make attacks. Units that made a charge move this turn fight first in the fight phase. Once charging units have resolved their fights, players then alternate choosing eligible units to fight, starting with a player whose turn is not taking place. If neither player has any eligible units remaining, the fight phase ends. This is common in the opening turns of a game of Warhammer 40,000. In fact, you can often skip straight past the fight phase in the first turn. It's important to note, though, if one player runs out of eligible units to fight with, the opposing player can still fight with their remaining units one at a time. When you select a unit to fight, there are 3 steps. 1. Pile in. The first thing the chosen unit does when it's selected to fight is pile in. If you choose to pile in, each model moves up to 3 inches and must finish its pile-in move closer to the nearest enemy model. A model that is already touching an enemy model cannot move. Remember, a unit must finish any type of move within unit coherency. 2. Make close combat attacks. To make close combat attacks, work out how many models can fight and how many attacks they will make. Models within engagement range of an enemy unit, or within half an inch of another model from their own unit that is within half an inch of an enemy model, can fight. When a model fights, it will make a number of attacks. This is determined by the attacks characteristic found on their datasheet. As you can see here, a Necron warrior has 1 attack. Now you know who's able to fight and how many attacks they have, you're ready to select their targets. If the attacking unit made a charge, its models must attack the unit that was the target of the charge. Otherwise, they may attack any enemy unit they are engaged with. When a unit makes a close combat attack, it must do so using a melee weapon. This will be listed on the weapon's profile on the unit's datasheet. If a unit doesn't have a melee weapon listed, don't worry. It will use this close combat weapon profile. Now you know who's able to attack, how many attacks they have, and what weapon they're using, you can resolve your close combat attacks following the same 5 steps listed in the shooting phase video. These are hit roll, wound roll, allocate attacks, saving throw, and inflict damage. The only difference is you use your model's weapon skill, or WS, instead of their ballistic skill when making your hit rolls. 3. Consolidate. After you've made all of your attacks, the final thing your unit can do is consolidate. You may move each model in the unit up to 3 inches. This is a consolidation move. Just like when piling in, each model must finish its consolidation move closer to the nearest enemy model. A model that's already touching an enemy model cannot move, but still counts as having consolidated. As ever, unit coherency must be maintained when this move is complete. Special close combat weapons. The 41st millennium is a place of staggering brutality, with a number of weapons to match it. Many models have arcane and deadly weapons with their own special rules, from blades dripping with deadly neurotoxins to demonic weapons and more. Each of these will have its rules explained clearly on the unit's datasheet. And with that, you've learned the basics of the fight phase. Want to see what happens when a unit starts suffering casualties and its nerve wavers? Let's find out in the morale phase.